So I've definitely been trying to do these weekly videos for long enough that I'm encountering more than just my average creative block. The average creative block being that I never have any ideas ever, and the more than average creative block being that I never have any ideas ever, but I have to make a video. So with the whole write what you know thing, and for lack of a better topic, I'm going to, wait for it, make another video about bicycling. Yeah, I know, you get it. This chick really likes bicycling. Boring. You know what? Deal with it. Anywho, what's this? These stories have a moral. It is to always wear your helmet and not be stupid like me. I'm pretty used to being the only person who wears a helmet, so the whole look at that weirdo who values their brain cells and would rather spend the extra 2 seconds to wrap a piece of plastic around their noggin to protect against some of the possible injuries that could result from riding on a moderately fast vehicle up and down steep hills or through manic traffic. Like, I get it. Helmets aren't cool. Whatevs. And since I'm already one of the few non-obviously Chinese people braving the Shanghai streets, I have no problem throwing a helmet into the mix anyway. I'm gonna get weird stares regardless. But if anything has renewed my conviction to always wear a helmet, and I mean always, it'd be living in Shanghai. And to mom and grandma, if you watch these videos, you are to assume that I'm making up and overly dramatizing for comedic or cinematic effect the following stories. Everyone else, these are true, maybe more true than I would like to admit. Now don't get me wrong, biking in Shanghai is actually quite safe. It's one of the safest places I've ever biked. Especially if you're biking in very trafficy areas, because there's going to be a separate bike lane, plus the cars and the buses, they really respect the bikers. Especially since so many people are using the bicycle as their main utilitarian form of transportation, getting to and from work, delivering packages, etc. Although motorbikes are a totally different story. No one likes motorbikes, they suck. They're jerks, all of them. And I'm personally of the opinion that Shanghai should have kept them illegal. I've only been in one proper bike crash in Shanghai, which, considering the completely idiotic things that I have a habit of doing, is pretty surprising. This particular incident occurred on my way to my internship. I was pedaling along, minding my own business, casually crossing against a red light, when this obnoxious guy had the audacity to run straight into me. Like, seriously, what was he thinking? That a green light would mean a clear road and no dumb lao I would be in the middle of the street? It's preposterous. Wait, what? Oh, that's how it's supposed to work? You're not supposed to cross on red lights? Sorry. Consequently, this crash resulted in this huge, giant purple bruise that spread up and down the side of my right knee, which is weird considering I got hit from the left side and I'm not really sure how the outside of my right knee got bruised. Another story that didn't actually result in any personal injury to myself, but did terrify and scar me and make me feel like I should make this video more as a reminder to my future self not to be so fucking dumb. But also it's absolutely horrifying. I'll try to paint you a picture of it, but I may get scared and end up hiding in the corner. Once again, I was on my way back from my internship. Come to think of it, most of my accidents have happened on the way back from my internship, probably because it's one of the few just 2-lane roads, and there are tons of bicyclists and motorcycles, and it's crazy. So I was pedaling furiously along. I have this really bad habit of trying to be faster than motorcycles. See previously mentioned posts of me hating motorcycles, but if you've forgotten, it's mostly because they suck and annoy me and they smell horrible. Also, I really like being in competitions whether or not my opponent knows that they're competing against me, especially because if they don't know, I tend to win, and that's great. So I'm racing along, pedaling as fast as my single-speed free-wheel bike will go, when suddenly I almost run headlong into a bus, because the buses have a nasty habit of stopping to pick up people on the side of the road. Like, what? So I do a kind of cool, I was impressed with myself thing where I turn perpendicular to the bus, parallel to the bus. Well, I turn completely to the side and swirl around the outside of it with the intention of biking past the bus while it's stopping to pick up passengers and getting past the full length of it before it turns back into the road and I end up on the wrong side of the road. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to me, in front of this bus are 2 more buses that have just finished picking up and dropping off people and are beginning to pull into the lane. This is also happening on the other side of the road, and I end up in a temple of doom trying to escape the closing wall thing, and I just barely squeak out of the front of the bus, pedaling like a mad person before they squish together and my ultimate demise is avoided. So in short, why I wear a helmet, aside from the fact that my mom would kill me faster than those buses would, it's mostly because I'm an arrogant young adult who thinks that I'm completely invincible and I get overconfident and start doing crazy things that I've seen on YouTube. YouTube is a very bad influence. But the rational side of my brain sits the crazy side down and says, I know you're a complete klutz, but think you're really cool and do lots of nifty tricks on the road. And you really should be wearing full body armor, but we can't afford that or find it in China, so a helmet will do. So in short, always wear a helmet. It may not be perfect, but why not? La 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 la.